the plant that was planted. This is in regards of Shavat and the Hebrew month of Shavat, the 11th month, and it also means blossoming. Fruits are now blossoming. Literally, the almond tree is the first tree to blossom fruits, and that occurs on 131, I believe. Okay, so everything is appointed times within the seasons on earth, and it is actually in people's lives. If you pay attention to the tiny little details, you will see that life is evolving and prophetic word is coming to pass. And I received confirmation with this word. And he says, why don't you, now that it's 12 midnight, okay, and we finally have some quiet time, he says, why don't you ask me what happened today? He said it in a calm voice, and I felt a smile with that remark. Then I say, you mean instead of looking up houses? He's like, yes, instead of looking up houses. That was another task he has given me. So I close out those emails and I decide to write this out. Abba, what happened today? I simply just asked, plain and simple. And he says, I know you were wondering if your dream and real life is coming together. So what he's talking about, that there was a dream I had about 6 or 7 months ago regarding a little boy a story brought up about a little boy asking a little girl to marry him in the playground, and this woman was in the home of that boy now that they're older. Okay, and there was a carousel involved, and there was a conversation about a kiss on the nose. You're going to want to watch the videos in the past so you can understand. Well, this other woman I was talking to, she shared some insightful news regarding meeting someone that she's known before, and it was like a random conversation, a random interaction, but seeing how I'm a seer, okay, and I have high discernment, I started putting 2 and 2 together, and I just was thinking, wait a minute, I think it's happening. I think it's truly on earth as it is in heaven. People are going to be running into their ordained spouse, future ordained spouse, okay? In real life. So that's what I was thinking in my head, and I guess Yahuah knew I was thinking about that, but he wanted to have a conversation about it. Okay, so here we go. So that's what when he says about the father reminding that woman regarding the proposal. And then what happened was, this is a very true, fascinating story. And then the woman's story was very fascinating truth that happened to her in real life. And I decided to mention this particular detail. I recall her saying he was very smiley and then also bashful. And then Yahuah says he was shy in this moment because he realized that he was standing with both women he has asked to marry him. He was standing, with your friend and the other woman there, where he has proclaimed his love to. And it was causing a lot of emotional roller coaster for him. Okay? And then I'm thinking, wait a minute. He's an adult now, and he asked someone to marry him, and he has been in a relationship, and he is living that life right now. Now, the dream I had was just somebody that had, there's kids. I said, that was baby puppy love. And he's like, it was love. He loved that little girl. That's why he asked that little girl. I'm like, Father, they were 6 years old. What do you mean? And he says, he loved her, as innocent as that is, or that was, he still had true feelings, even at 6 years old. That's what he was saying. So even though someone asked someone to marry them when they're like in their 20s, in their 30s, they're still saying it genuinely, even when they're a little kid and they're playing. But that he was not playing when he was a little kid. He was literally asking for reals. Okay, I didn't know that part. All right, so then he says, Ayin Yasoma. Ayin Yasoma. 2 times, which means to look towards the future, the hand of Yahuah, breath of life, Ruach HaKodesh, breathing life into this matter. So it's of the future. You might see some details, and it's not evolving all right now, rapid rate, like astronomical, like engaged tomorrow. But it's still, basically, he's stating it's in the works. Something's going to evolve. He's creating it. He already created it. Now it's on earth. It's going to happen. You, as the woman, don't have to be doing and, being the man about it and doing all kinds of stuff. The part of part 3 was to at least say hello. Okay? And I'm like, wait a minute. I am confused. He's like, don't be confused. I will tell you what you need to share. And then just lean on me. Just trust. Because he knows that I care about the word that I give. I don't want people to be getting confused. I don't want people to, getting the wrong interpretation. So I pray. You take this to the Father and you pray. Okay? And then he says he was smiling ear to ear when he saw this woman. And I'm saying, because I want to give this woman a true prophetic word, okay? So I'm like, are you sure he wasn't just feeling obligated to speak to her in that moment at the park? And he says, my daughter, Ayin Soma, which means look towards the future, blowing his breath of life into the matter. Then he says, trust. And he was reminding the segment piece of kissing on the nose. He's like showing that it matches. It relates to the dream. When he's asking questions about the woman's life and or family life, he is showing true care. Okay? When he was bringing up memories, that was part of the carousel of circling round and round in an abundance of joy and memories, just recalling everything that was wonderful when your life was in it. Hallelujah. So this woman life was in his life in the past. Then all of a sudden it became where they met in real life in recent moment. Okay? Then he recalled all of that flooded through, that he enjoyed his life with her in it. Okay. And then he said he cared about her family